Hey guys, welcome back to the Paper Mario playthrough. Whoa, that video time. Whoa.
Oh man, we're
Okay,
approaching Lewis
Freaking out,
levels of
man!
video length here.
yeah, that's what you get when you got final dungeon, the last bits of the final dungeon, and the last couple boss fights before the final boss, and all of them are too short to be individual parts, but they're all too long to be cut up into into two separate parts, and it ends up being this. It ends up being a mess. So, yeah. Yeah, at this point, I'm throwing away the Thunder Rage because I know out of all the items that I have left, an attacking item is probably one that I'm not going to use. And also, here's a hint for this final area. You're going to have a boss fight coming up, and then right after that boss fight is going to be another boss fight without a chance to heal. So I would recommend, after you get through this section, you have between 70 and 99 star points left. And that will probably make it so that you level up after the boss fight, and then you will get a full heal because of the level up, and then you'll be good. So that's basically I found that out by accident the first time I played the game, because this is like, you didn't even get a chance to heal, and it's just like I did just heal because I leveled up. So yeah, I don't know if the game intends for you to do that. I don't think the game has like a set star point, an expected star point or level combination that you're gonna be at any given point. But that's how I always go through this area, which it just makes it easier for me. So that's just how I do it. So
That repel cape that you just dropped looked an awful lot like a flag.
it is a flag. I think it's supposed to be like a matador
Yeah,
flag.
yeah, it's
like
that red cape that they wave before the bowl.
It's because it gives you like the dodgy status, I think is what it's called, which makes it so that enemies will miss you. So I think that's why they're going for the matador kind of thing. Because I've never actually seen a bullfight, but like they do the cape and then they like pull it out of the way or whatever.
You know, I never made that connection now. That's what the Zephyr cape was in Final Fantasy VI. Holy shit. Holy shit, I'm slow.
Don't worry, John. I have stuff like that happen to me all the time.
Because I'm thinking of the animation that it plays when the Zephyr cape animation kicks in. Yeah, it's a Matador cape. Holy shit. I did not notice that. Fuck me, man. Why is it called a Zephyr cape then?
Blame Woolsey.
Woolsey, not Woolsey.
Woolsey. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, my bad. I should know better than to mispronounce a fellow Ted's last name. So
that was Ted's localization of Woosley's name. Mr. Woozy.
What character had the Zephyr cape, if I remember?
It was just a relic you can get in the Magitech facility. Anybody can use it.
Alright, I was wondering what you were doing, but then I realized, oh, there's a pole up there.
Yeah, again, depth perception can be a little bit annoying with these things. If you stand on the little gold trimming on the carpet, you will hit the
Yeah,
pole.
I figured.
So
It's just a matter of figuring out which one goes to which layer.
yeah, it's again, it's a minor issue, but they give you a way to easily circumvent it. So that's why it doesn't. That's why, problems. Every game has problems. I think for me, it's a matter of how easily the game lets you circumvent those problems. So, yeah. I think for this we have to throw Bobbery down, and then he hits the. Oh yeah, write that code down for the record, because that's going to.
Oh, no. No,
1,
1,
2,
3,
buckle my
4,
shoe.
and 6.
Yeah, you have to write that down, and if you're, well, you guys don't have to write that down. If you're playing the game, write it down, because you have to turn, there's a whole bunch of stars in, I think, the next room, and you have to set them to the same order that's on there, and then it'll get the contraption wheel to the right to start moving. Kind of a weird last puzzle, because I think after you solve that, it's just the final bosses, but, whatever. The game's also throwing you a lot of healing items, just in case you're running out of running out of them when you get through the dungeon. Personally, I never really have too much of a problem with that, because the enemies here give a lot of star points. And if the enemies are not giving you an awful lot of star points when you're in this area, you're probably over leveled, so you should be good.
Did we just notice that the Mario's head icon in the item menu is his original 64 sprite?
It is?
Yeah. I just noticed that.
Hold on a moment, because I'm certainly gonna pause the game before we finish. So, yeah, we got bingo. Woo!
Huzzah.
Or did we just get all the stars in this area? And now we can move on to Womp Fortress, which is a way better level than Bob-omb Battlefield. So,
Oh man, this
yeah.
takes me back to those cheap-ass carnivals my Catholic school used to have every year.
Oh! My old college had one of those. They're awful. Like the fried Joe isn't even
The
good.
only good thing was the caramel apples and the funnel cakes, because the funnel cakes were,
It is a 64 sprite. Holy shit!
made properly, and the caramel apples were caramel apples, and you can't really screw up a caramel apple. It's just an apple with caramel dumped on top of it.
This is tar. You dip the apple in tar.
I've never had a caramel apple
It's
before.
pretty good.
If you savor your teeth, avoid it.
Well,
Not all of us have a root canal to go to next week, John. Okay.
Yeah, most likely.
yeah, it's kind of it's kind of a pointlessly sweet kind of thing, because an apple is already sweet as hell, but then you dump caramel on it. So.
You know what this cotton candy needs? More cotton candy.
Yo, dog, I heard you like sugar, so we put sugar on your sugar so you can eat sugar while you're eating sugar.
I love funnel cake, though. Always in a mood for
Well,
funnel
as
cake,
long
but
as you eat it when it's fresh.
Yes, I agree.
Because,
Eat it right then and there.
if you let funnel cake sit, it gets all crunchy and lame.
Yeah, that's
Not
the
good.
same thing with fried dough. The fried dough has to be soft for me
Yeah.
to like it.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah, if it's
fresh out of the oil, it's soft and it's good, and it's got all and it's drenched in powdered sugar. It's awesome. Funnel cake is great.
you guys are making me goddamn hungry. Damn it.
I'm suffering here, too.
You know what makes it
You
worse?
know who has Will of Steel? Ryan. Because he's...
Well,
Unless
it could
he
be
has
worse.
a
We could be playing the Final Fantasy 15 demo again.
He's right. He's
What-
absolutely right.
What makes it worse is that I know that it's the middle of January when we're recording this right now, and so we're not going to be able to get a chance to eat any of this shit until, like, I don't know, like maybe June at the
Well,
earliest.
there's nothing wrong. You can make your own funnel cake, but we all know it's just
Oh,
isn't the same.
the skating rink
No.
around the corner from my house makes funnel cakes, and they're actually pretty good if you eat them fresh. The problem is, I very rarely get the chance to do that because I don't go there, and when my brother brings home leftover funnel cakes, they're not fresh. If I'm lucky, they're
It's leftover funnel
if
cake.
I'm lucky, they're a little bit soft, maybe, possibly, but
Yeah, it goes bad really quickly. You have to eat it like right after you buy it. So, yeah. Okay, here we are. We've got the final encounters of the game are coming up right now. So I really hope you haven't run out of healing items at this point, because otherwise you got to walk all the way back.
Yeah.
And
See, Betty, this is why we do our tangents. They last us long enough until we get to the plot important shit.
Okay, so how many phases does the final boss of this particular JRPG have? Because JRPGs are kind of
Well-
like Dragon Ball Z. The final bosses have, like, so many forms.
well, here's the thing: the final boss itself only has one real form, I would say. Like, there's a beginning form that's basically just a cutscene. But the thing is that what Paper Mario does instead is that you just fight a bunch of different boss fights
So
before
it's
the final boss.
Zeromus.
I guess so. Yeah, we got Grodus here though, which we couldn't get through the entire game without fighting him because he's kind of the main villain
He's
throughout
fucking
most of it.
Brainiac.
Hello, Mario. I am from the moon.
He's fucking Brainiac.
The Moon
at
Knight.
this point. Look, he's got a computer in a bubble on his head.
Yeah, his brain is a computer. I don't know if these guys are supposed to just be like robots or whatever, but Grodus probably is. So yeah, Grodus probably is a computer given what happens in the pre-credits montage. So, but we'll save that for when that happens. But anyway, Grodus's boss fight I actually do not think is all that bad. It is pretty easy, all things considered, because well, I'll get to that as soon as we.
Well, he's the first in a marathon of bosses. So.
Yeah, but you'd think that for being the leader of the X-Nauts, he'd be a little bit tougher, though. Is the thing? He's pretty pathetic, especially considering what happens immediately after him.
He's a politician.
His boss fight theme is great,
You
though.
say that, but John, the last time we got a politician as a final boss in a game, he was fucking hard to beat.
Armstrong. You're talking
Yes,
about Armstrong,
yes.
aren't you?
That guy's
Nanomachine, son.
Nanomachine, son.
that guy's to date one of the most fucking annoying final bosses I've ever had the mispleasure of fighting in a video game. He took so many tries to take down.
That's Metal Gear Solid
That's
4, is it?
That's Metal Gear Rising.
That's Rising.
That's Rising.
Armstrong is jeez.
Okay.
Well, isn't a Solid Snake a former president as well?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, he was
But,
George Sears.
Yeah, so we've also fought the president
but
in
he
Metal
has
Gear.
a pass because he's a big boss clone in a Doc Octopus suit, so it's like Armstrong is literally a big beefy dude in a suit with glasses. So
Mayor Hager, is that you?
In another life, I'm
pretty
sure.
much.
Oh, man. So anyway, here's the thing about Grodus is that, well, hold on, his HP isn't on screen. Yeah, he's got 50 HP. That's less than Gloomtail, because Gloomtail had like 70. So he's easier than the optional boss, not the optional, but he's easier than one of the bosses we got to fight on the lead up to him. So yeah, like he can do
Shaking his hips.
He can do status.
Getting into it.
He can do status effects. He summons the yucks. He has a similar thing to the yuxes, where he has these little guys in front of him that will keep him give him a shield if there's too many of them out at once. But you have so many screen clearing attacks at this point that almost every party member that you have out can get rid of all of them, and then you can use Mario to do massive damage. So. Yeah, as long as you don't stick to your main, like, to your standard attacks, you'll probably be okay. Really, the only thing about this fight is that it drains a lot of magic. So if you don't do what I do and level up immediately after the boss fight, then you'll have to fight the next boss with little resources. So either you gotta save a couple of healing items for this, or you just gotta suck it up and. Well, actually, you'll have the sweet peas at this point, which can heal. So there's not really even the danger of that.
I think Grodus is wondering, like, what the fuck? Like, stop applauding them, stop giving them star power.
You're on my side, minions.
How did they all get in here, though? Because Grodus was the only one that went through the door, so, whatever.
They just got here.
Oh. You think that, what, if I were Grodus, what I'd do is I'd have all my minions get out of the seats and start tackling Mario on the stage.
No, well, we see what happens, though. They
I'm
just
sorry.
walk to the other side.
After so many parts of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, it's only just now hitting me that the Yoshi's name is Segway.
Yeah. Yeah. I can be funny at sometimes. Yeah, he doesn't really even have all that much defense, too. I think he's got, like, 1 defense, so...
Yeah, he's really not a threat, which is probably why he's first in the line.
Yeah, well, he's first in the line for plot, too. Oh, well, that attack's not... can do a lot of damage, but he has so many different things, is probably the big thing. He's more annoying to fight than difficult. Because, like, he had the whole thing with the, what's it called? With the dodgy cape, where a lot of my attacks just straight up missed him. That was annoying, but it's really... He's not tough. Why am I using Showstopper? Like, I should... No, wait, not Supernova. I should probably just be using Earth Tremor, but no. Whatever.
Well,
I'm
would
done.
the
Past
Earth
me is
Tremor
dumb.
wipe out the things that are floating in the air?
Yeah,
Yes.
for about a third of the star power.
Okay.
So basically, I'm using. It's like I'm using Meteor in Final Fantasy IV when Fire 3 can do the job just fine.
It's just that, in most RPGs, when an enemy is flying or floating, Earth-based attacks don't work. So,
Okay, well, here's the thing about Earth Tremor basically, like, you know how it's got the mini game where the bar goes up and I have to press the A button in all the circles. If I fail that attack too early, the tremors that it'll make when it starts bouncing won't go as high. So if I only get like 2, I don't think I can hit airborne enemies. I can only hit ground-based enemies.
Yeah.
But
the tremors won't be high enough to reach the airborne enemies.
if you want to hit enemies on the ceiling, you have to get all 6. So it's not like Earth Elemental. It's just it starts on the ground, and the better you do, the more the higher up the tremors go, and the more damage they start to do. So that's basically how that works. But since I've played this game so much, I'm relatively good at the minigame, so I can get to 6 no problem nowadays. I mean, I had trouble with it the first time I played the game, but now, these days, unless if I just make a mistake, it's really not a problem. And I mean, I could have just used like Vivian or Bobbery or something like that if I wanted something a little bit more MP efficient, or FP efficient. I don't think Cooper's Power Shell can hit them though, because I think they're registered as flying enemies. Oh yeah, and he's oh wait, I'm thinking some bosses in Paper Mario do a thing where like they'll end the fight early even if you don't hit their 0. In this case, you have to hit 0 in order for Grodus to be considered dead. So, or you can dodge, whatever. The dick.
Oh man, he's shaking his hips.
Yeah, so I went all out in this fight because I knew that he was going to give me 30,
Level you up.
You knew, so I had no reason
except
to be.
you missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he missed stylishly.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This isn't flying. This is failing with style.
Oh man.
Can you just die already, please? Thanks. Oh wait, no, I'm using the shooting star because I don't think items can miss, and I'm not going to use this ever again. So I might as well, just to get it done with. There we go. So yeah, almost every boss will give you about 30 to 40 star points if you're doing it at the right level. So that's why I recommend getting to about 70 or 70 to 99 star points when you're about to fight Grodus. So yeah. Revel up!
Excellent. And you know that last
It'll be your
attack
final
looked about
upgrade.
as effective as throwing 100 paper star shapes at an enemy, and you'd think that wouldn't hurt, but then I thought, oh god, the paper cuts.
Yeah, like the first one confuses you. It's like, what the hell was that? Oh my god, they're everywhere.
Death by 1,000 cuts. And then he decides to cheat and says, if you keep on fighting me, I'll kill the princess. So yeah, you know,
And nothing of value was lost that day.
Well, here's the thing: if you know what his plan's supposed to be, you know that he's bluffing at this point because he needs Princess Peach to be alive and well. So Mario doesn't know that though. So yeah,
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Mario doesn't know that.
you know, points to Grodus for being more ruthless than Bowser, I suppose. But you know, just doesn't have the same charm. Like
Unlimited power!
Man, I miss Bowser at this point. He was always my favorite, and he's just gone, and I don't know if I can even handle not. Oh, thank Christ!
How did you even get here?
I took the back door. Booyah!
You know that doesn't make up for the fact of keeping a back door in your fortress, right? So yeah, Bowser's entire quest, his entire search for the Crystal Stars and going after Mario is all in the game just so that we can have a final Bowser fight before the end. Yep. That's the entire reason why he's here. And it is amazing. I love Bowser. He's the best villain. 10 out of 10 with Bowser again.
And you still haven't played Bowser's Inside Story.
Nope. Because that's a Mario and Luigi game. And, like...
But it's
Bowser's
good.
But Bowser's so good in that game.
This is still my favorite Bowser, though, personally. I love this boss fight. This is, I think, one of the most fun boss fights in the entire game. Partially because Bowser, partially because of the music, partially because Kami Koopa finally does something, and I find it a lot of fun to fight. Also, for some reason, Bowser's inexplicably a lot stronger than when we fought him at the Glitz Pit, but whatever. Who cares? Also, they say Kami Koopa can be fought in various places where she only is ever fought here, so I think that's a typo. Well, not a typo. I think that's just some misinformation. Because most of the
On
time...
the bright side, we finally got to fight the evil Koopa wizard.
They might have actually intended you to fight them more often in this game. Who knows?
I would not be surprised, because again, you do fight Bowser more than once, but Kammy
I
Koopa's only
mean,
this
for
one
playing
time.
such a relatively small part in the story, Bowser shows up quite a lot.
Yeah, he's there for comic relief, basically. But basically, when it comes to strategies for this fight, just kill Kammy Koopa first. Bowser is tough on his own, but Kammy Koopa can give him like status
Oh
ups and
yeah,
things like
you
that.
always go for the mage first.
Yeah, kill the medic.
I don't know if Kammy Koopa. I don't remember if Kammy Koopa can heal. I wouldn't be surprised if she could, though. So yeah, just go after her first, and you should be able to handle it. Bowser's a lot harder than Grodus, though. So yeah, he's the real villain of the story. Also, I love his line at the beginning of this fight, which is what's a finale without a Bowser appearance, huh? So yeah, I love this guy. All hail the Koopa
For some
King.
reason, the image of Yoshi sucking up Bowser and shooting him at his own minion is just hilarious to me.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Now you see, now I'm getting a little bit more cautious about my
Star power,
star power and FP, because there's a heart block right after this, so you will heal, but you do also have to be careful about your star power, because even though the first section of the real final boss is somewhat like a cutscene, you do have to survive their onslaught. So it's not like you can just stand there and do nothing and let them kill you. Yeah, because I know there are some like cutscene RPG bosses where the fastest way to get through it is to just let them kill you. You can't do that. You have to survive a certain amount of turns in order for it to end. So, yeah.
Did you already do the tattle on Bowser earlier?
Yeah. When you tattle Bowser in the Glitz Pit, it gives you his HP bar for this fight. I mean, I'm sure that it's different dialogue if you tattle him again here, because he has different stats. And
Yeah.
Goombella probably has different flavor text as well, but
The beginning of it is, it's like, that's Bowser genius. You've only fought this guy like a bazillion times.
it was the same.
You know how to beat him.
Yeah.
Well, I could either dump him into lava, throw him by the tail, ruin his bath. Wait. But it was the same thing with the Shadow Sirens and Dukeless too. I didn't have to tattle any of them because I had tattled them in previous fights. So I think when it came to reoccurring fights in the original Paper Mario, you had to tattle them every single time. But they just kind of I think the way that they do the tattle is different in this game, so that's why it just counts the specific enemy and not the form of that enemy. So yeah.
Alright, well, Bowser's almost done.
Just curious, what is your guys' favorite Bowser boss fight? Like in any game. I'm just curious, because outside of the RPGs, I would still probably say Galaxy. I think is my favorite.
Probably.
Oh, so we're not just keeping it exclusive to RPGs.
When it comes to RPGs, my favorite Bowser fight is actually probably the final battle from the first Paper Mario. But I mean, this is great too, but that has a little bit more gravitas, and the music's just a tad better. But just in any game, what do you think is your favorite Bowser?
I'm probably gonna go with Galaxy as well.
No, wait, never mind. I changed my answer. My favorite Bowser fight is the dance off in Mario Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh, Christ. Does that really count?
Yes, it does.
You know, as odd as this may sound, one of the more threatening battles, I would say, is from 3D Land.
3D. Oh, that's the one
Where
where
he's
like
just constantly chasing you the entire time.
I mean, you got battles, you got battle portions, and you got the chase segments. It's pretty menacing for a Bowser battle.
Does he do that as Dry Bowser or regular Bowser?
Well, both of them do it,
Okay.
because Dry Bowser's just a reskin.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one too. Ryan, do you have a favorite or not really?
Definitely the power walking from Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Now that I think about it, though, the final boss of New Super Mario Bros. Wii has a special place in my heart as well.
Oh, that one's great. I love the music for that one too. The one in New Super, like, I will say that U is generally a better game than Wii, but the final boss in U I thought was kind of lame, personally.
Oh, that sucked. I didn't really like that battle.
Yeah, they get the clown. I mean, commandeering the clown car is cool and all that, but It's just all you did was like ram it into him, and it just didn't seem all that neat to me. And it was like also the 50th time that Bowser got huge, so that's lost its impact
Yeah.
to me
Kinda
too.
lost.
Unfortunately,
Fluster.
the Mario series it does not have a fantastic track record when it comes to boss fights. It's probably the weakest part of the
Yeah.
classic games as well.
Uh, yeah, because the original Super Mario Brothers. Like, I mean, I'm a fan of the bridge and the axe, but it's also the same fight every single time. And Mario 3 and Mario World have kind of lackluster. Honestly, out of the original NES games, I'd say Mario Brothers 2 has the best boss fights. So Doki Doki Mario 2 has the best boss fights, I would say.
Doki Doki Mario 2.
Well, it's just I have to call it that so that everybody knows which one I'm talking about. So yeah, this is going to be my badge setup for the final area. I don't know why I'm keeping multi-bounce on. That's probably was a waste of time, but yeah. So I had enough badge points extra to equip Power Plus. I was smart enough to actually turn Spike Shield off though for this. So yeah, if you go in with something like that, you should be okay. Again, Paper Mario, I love it because of any given combination of badges can be amazing. So yeah, I think that the game also gives you one last Ultra Shroom and Jam and Jelly, just in case you happen to be running out. But look at this, I've got 4 Ultra Jellies, and 3 extra Ultra Shroom and Jam and Jelly separately. So I just say, screw it, I'm not gonna run out of health. I'll get rid of my Life Shroom. So yeah.
Hey Mario, get a life. No, thank you. I already have 5.